Thanks very much for joining us the day after the big night, the big convention. Congresswoman, this is not the jobs news that any Democrat wanted to see.
Well, let me say first, Andrea, that the overall unemployment rate is going down, and this administration is creating jobs. We're not losing jobs. As it relates to the African-American community unemployment rate, a couple of things let me just say. First of all, it's very painful, and I know many members of Congress, especially who represent black constituencies, Latino constituencies, and I know the president in the White House really understand that this unemployment rate in the black community is structural. It's deep, and it goes back for many, many decades, and we're doing everything we can do to reduce it. Secondly, a year ago, it was a 16.7%, which is unacceptable. It's still unacceptable. 16.7% was a 28-year high. But I just have to tell you, in terms of the African-American employment, the path to opportunity has been through the public sector. When you look at local and state job cuts and the disproportionate impact on the black community, it is just horrific. But the president put forward in his jobs bill provisions to rehire, retrain, and to invest in the public sector at state and local levels, because the hemorrhaging is taking place there, and that is how we address the African-American community. Unfortunately, the Republican obstructionist Congress will not let us pass that American Jobs Act, and so this is very it's very serious, but it's very clear what is taking place in terms of those over 500,000 public sector jobs that were lost. Also, we have to remember there's still bias in the job market. Unfortunately, the public sector has always been where African Americans have had a level playing field, at least an opportunity to get a job. Those jobs are just about gone. Once again, the president has put forth a package to invest in the public sector, which of course are our teachers, our educators, our firefighters, where African Americans have had those job opportunities. Those are gone, and the president has been working. We've been working in Congress as Democrats under the leadership of Nancy Pelosi, our leader, to really try to get this package passed so that we can stop this hemorrhaging. And so we have to do more, and we must do more.
And of course, the American people really want more, but what they see is stalemate in Washington, and that's something that really needs to be addressed.
Well, stalemate in Washington, when you look at the fact that the president has tried for the last 3 years to work with the Republican Tea Party Congress. I have been there, and I have seen how he has reached out, tried to negotiate, tried to get them to come on board. Just look at the stimulus package which he passed. I mean, this was a major, major accomplishment from keeping our country from going into a deep depression. Created millions of jobs in infrastructure, in construction work, saved many teachers' jobs, first responders, police officers. Not one vote for the stimulus package. When you look at all of the efforts that the president has reached out to Republicans in the spirit of compromise, they have followed one rule, and that was what Senator Mitch McConnell said, that their ultimate goal was to make sure that President Obama was a one-term president. So they really don't care what the unemployment rate is, and they don't care about creation. I see this each and every day. The president does, and we have to re-elect the president and Democrats to Congress so that we can move forward with a jobs bill to turn this economy around. But he dug us out of this depression that we were in, and we have to move forward, and that's what the president said so clearly, and that's the message of this convention.
Thanks so much for wrapping up for us, Barbara Lee. Congresswoman, thanks. Safe travels coming on home. And coming up next,